What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Mr. Skrilltown himself. Welcome to Skrilltown Talk. This is day 2 of this week's exclusive interviews. Tonight, we have the lovely, chart-topping R&B and soul artist, Terrie Rimson. She is doing a lot, and she's very talented and has a beautiful voice. And we're interviewing her tonight. I'm glad that we have some of her time. She's a busy lady. She actually has a performance after this, so I'm very grateful for the opportunity. But before we do that, we got to do our little promo. So check out the new video that's coming soon, November 25th, Thanksgiving Day. Presented to you by Skrilltown Mo.
Je rêve de toi, encore une fois, rien que tes pas, juste pour moi. Je rêve de toi, encore une fois, rien que tes pas, juste pour moi. Pour toi, toi et moi, on s'envole là-bas, donne-moi. Encore une fois, je rêve de toi. Encore une fois, rien que c'est pas juste pour moi. Je rêve de toi. Encore.
All right. That was Je rêve de toi. I dream of you in French. So yeah, that's Daffy. That's coming soon. That video will be available everywhere November 25th. So yeah, like I said, we have the lovely Terrie Rimson. And how you doing, Terrie? How's everything going?
I am doing great, Skrill, and happy to be on your program today.
Oh man, I'm blessed and I'm glad. I mean, ever since I listened to your single and I checked it out and I was like, wow. And then I seen that, you were chart topping on iTunes, blowing up out there. Yeah, I'm like, wow, I gotta get her on the show. I have to get her on the show. So let's let the listeners and viewers know about Terrie Rimson.
I'm
What'd you
sorry.
say?
Go ahead.
Terrie Rimson is no stranger to the spotlight. She has been captivating audiences with her smooth soprano vocals since the age of 5. Born in Oakland, California, by the age of 10, her family moved across the country to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, a city that has produced artists such as Jill Scott, Music Soul Child, Phyllis Hillman, and Patti LaBelle. For several years, Terrie has performed as a background vocalist with gospel artists such as the late Daryl Coley, Grammy Award-winning Twinkie Clark, and Karen Clark Sheard. By 2014, Terrie catapulted to center stage as a gospel artist, releasing several singles such as Zion, I Was Created, and Blessing Me. She continued to evolve into a television personality with creating and producing an internet reality docuseries simply titled All About Terrie. In 2016, Terrie toured throughout the United States promoting her gospel music, but in 2017, she crossed genres to become and record as an R&B soul artist. Her first single under her new genre was a cover of the Evelyn Champagne King widely successful 1982 hit Love Come Down, which was released in July 2017 with production by CEO of Rhythm Avenue Entertainment, Derek D. Rimson. Later in the same year, she released a cover of the late Donny Hathaway holiday hit This Christmas. After a 6-month hiatus, Terrie released her current single, Anything, from her debut album, Threads of Love, which was released on September 28th, 2018. Terrie Rimson is not just another R&B soul singer, but she is the strength of love and the melody of music. We have the lovely Terrie Rimson. Wow, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So it says that you did This Christmas. That is one of my favorite Christmas songs.
Oh wow. Okay.
It
Okay.
really is. Yeah. So yeah, it sounds like you've done a lot, Terry. Just tell us about, how you got started on your musical journey.
Wow, you know what? I started as a toddler. I mean, you know how in the
Mhm.
church, they start
Yep.
you singing when you're coming out the womb.
Yep.
Literally,
Yep.
they
Yep.
playing the music, and you a baby, you can't sing. But my mother always played music. While we were in the crib, she would play the music. As we got older, music still playing. Raised
hmm
us up, music still playing. When we could stand up, she would stand me up on the pew, let me sing, and then she started pushing me out there. I was very shy. So she pushed me. I'm gonna say that word, push.
Yeah.
She
Ugh,
pushed me
get out
out
there.
there. Yeah, and had me singing, and I would cry, and she was like, "Stop crying. You got to do this." And so I'm
hmm
happy now. Back then, I didn't like it. I'm happy now
hmm
that she did push me, because it made me become who I am now. So
Yeah.
I've been basically singing since I was able to actually hold a note and say la 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 la. So
Wow.
I got into singing. I did the praise team, the choir in high school. I was in the pageants at the school. I also was in
hmm
the Miss Teen pageant in Pittsburgh. So I always got involved in different things. I went to acting school. I went to music school. My mother just kept trying to connect me, modeling school, to different
Yeah.
things that kind of would take the shyness away. And
hmm
it's still there a little bit, but now I know how to kind of operate, in my own little world when I
Yeah.
have to. But I just kept doing what I was doing, and then of course I did the gospel for a while. But then I
hmm
got to a point where I wanted to be Terry,
Right.
because
Right.
when you're
Right.
when you're a part of the church, they kind of put you in this cookie cutter. And also it
hmm
was because of my last name, my pedigree, what I came from. So
Yeah.
I was afraid to kind of let it be known that this is not really what I want to do. Although I love gospel, I love the
Yeah.
Lord, but I
Yeah.
wanted to do more. There was more that I feel like Terry needed to do. So of course
Yeah.
I talked to the Lord. Me and him had a conversation. Nobody else was invited to this conversation. And I told him, look, God, I'm not happy. I want to do more. I feel
Yeah.
like the world needs to hear my voice. My voice is not just for the church. My voice
hmm
is for the nations. And I got the
Yeah.
green light. He said, go girl. And I said,
Yeah.
yes, God. And I
hmm
stepped out and I started doing R&B soul. And I'm loving it. I'm happy now because I'm being me. I'm not
hmm
being who the church wants me to be. I'm not being who people feel like I should be, because my
hmm
mother, she's well known. She's a national evangelist, and I just
Wow.
wanted to
Okay.
come outside that box to be free. I'm old enough. I'm 53. I
Right.
wanted
Right.
to be able to spread my own wings, not hold on to anybody and nobody
hmm
trying to guide me what you shouldn't do, what you should do. No, I need to do what's going to make Terry happy. So now I'm
Absolutely.
happy, and the music is doing well. God has been good. But
hmm
now if I got to put on a gospel note for you, I can do that.
I was about
You
to
know.
say, look, don't get me started. We can both
Yeah, yeah,
no.
yeah. Now I can do some gospel for you because I'm anointed to do what I do. And I
Right.
know I've been called to spread love, and I'm excited about it. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. So now I'm gonna go into a little bit of the video clip of what Terry sent to me, and I'm glad we got listeners on and viewers. So check it out. Here we go.
You make my love come down. Ooh, you make my love come down. You make my love come down. Ooh, you make my love come down. You make my love come down. Ooh, you make my love come down. You make my love come down. Ooh, you make my love come down.
Man, you taking me back to the 80s and 90s. I'm getting ready to,
That was where
like,
you're moving to.
yeah, like I didn't realize it was that song, and now that it makes sense. Yeah, I remember that song. That's a old school hit. So yeah, you doing a lot, so you currently in Vegas, but tell us about how the struggles and challenges that you had going from, gospel to R&B as a soul singer now?
Okay. The struggle was again because of my last name. People so used to me being, doing everything church. I did the gospel singles.
Mhm.
There was a lot of talk. They were like, she's left God, and why would you do this? Your mother is a national evangelist. She's a pastor. You're married to a bishop. Why would you do
Mhm.
this? That don't make no sense. I can't believe Terrie done did this. She done left God. She don't love the Lord. God is not pleased with this. I had all of that, and I had people
Right.
inboxing me, telling me this didn't look good. This wasn't a good
Uh-huh.
look. But I had to get to a point. I didn't care about what the naysayers said. I was going to do what made me happy.
Right,
And
right.
again, and then I'm grown. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep
Exactly.
connecting me to people because of them. I'm grown.
Right.
I do what I
Right.
feel like I'm led to do. And a lot of people can't do what I'm doing because you can't take, people criticizing you and talking about you. But I had gotten to a point and made up in my mind, this is what I'm going to do, whether you like it or not, because I'm
Yeah.
not doing it for you. I'm doing it for me. I've
Uh-huh.
got it's just between me and God. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Again,
Right.
you are not in this conversation. This is
Mhm.
between me and God. And I'm just at a whole nother level now that it doesn't matter what people say about me, what you think. I'm going to do me. And
Yeah.
again, this is the happiest I have been in my life because being a part of the church, and again, I love the Lord, never
Mhm.
leaving God. But when you're in the church and you're put into that box, it puts depression on you. It
Mhm.
brings down your self esteem. It makes you feel like you're not worth anything because you're being instructed by others, and then you're
Mhm.
not living for you, you're living for other people. And I'm just at a
Mhm.
point now, you know what? Whatever I do, you're going to talk about me. So
Yeah. They
let me
talked
give
about
you,
Jesus Christ.
come on here. So let me just give you some, let me give you something good to talk about because
Right.
and you can't say God's hand is not on my life because when I made the transition, just doors just kept opening, and I'm so grateful. Every morning when I get up, I tell God thank you because it's always something that just keeps happening. And I told
Mhm.
God, prove yourself to me. I know you told me to do this. Sometimes it does get a little discouraging, but God,
Yeah.
continue to show me that you're with me throughout this. And there's some greater things that are on the horizon for me that
Yeah.
I can't share right now because when you share stuff too prematurely,
Yes. I've learned that myself.
yeah, you got the enemy out there. You got, those
Mhm.
people that say they praying for you, but actually they're praying on you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
some things, I just won't say, but God is doing so much for me. And now that this single is about to drop, it's like
Mhm.
every night and morning, and Torrance nodding his head is something. We keep getting emails or we're getting messages, and it's just so much. And my
Yeah.
marketing guy, he told me, he says, "Are you ready?" I said, "I'm ready for the ride. I'm
Right.
ready. I'm ready. I'm ready because
Mhm.
I know God has some great things in store for me." And as the Bible said, "Whereof I am glad." Yeah, but
Yeah.
no, I'm excited. I'm
So you got
excited.
that seatbelt on right now, ready for the roller
Yes,
coaster. But it's all
yes,
good because it's a good roller coaster. So
yes.
so tell us about this single. I've had my hands on it. I listen to it all the time. For the people that don't know about the new single, it's the bomb. But I won't. But tell us about it, Terry.
Okay, so it's called "It's Not Worth It," and I have a lot of people that haven't heard it. All the radio stations, such as yourself, and the
Mm-hmm.
radio stations over here in the States, and those over in UK and Germany, they have it.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people saying, "Well, what is it? It's not worth it." Well, I'm gonna tell y'all. So when in relationships, this could be married or not married. You
Mm-hmm.
always have that one person that feels like they can still have fun, but then still be in the relationship,
Mm-hmm.
and then somebody ends up getting hurt.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. It's not worth
Right.
it. Just be real, be straight across the board. Look, I'm just with you to have fun. No, we too grown for that. To me,
Right.
that's childish stuff. So I'm a grown woman, so I'm making grown woman music. So I'm saying, it's not worth it. It's not worth you jeopardizing the life of somebody else, you
Yeah.
messing with somebody else's self-esteem, whether it be
Mm-hmm.
man or woman. When you cheat on somebody or you're out seeing somebody and you're making me think that it's just me and you,
Right.
that's a problem. And it's
Yeah.
not worth it, you hurting somebody. And my son came to me with a story that somebody
Mm-hmm.
had shared to him. It's true. There was a young lady that said, "Well, I'm just having fun." But the guy she was messing with, he got a girl with children.
Mm.
Like, what are you
Uh.
doing? And it was like, my son was like, "Mom, it's not worth it." I said, "Yo, this is good because
Mm-hmm.
I've come in contact with different ones that are saying the same thing. We just having fun. We just
Yeah.
having fun. We just
Yeah.
having fun. Yo, I know how women operate. You know, you can't have fun with us because we,
Right.
you
It's
know, our
emotional.
heart.
It's emotional
Come on here.
attachment.
We go out buying wedding books. Talking about, no, he about to marry me. No, he not. We just having fun. You know,
Right,
he liked
right.
me all because he complimented. Oh, he liked me. No, he don't.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying, you know, let's just be real, be grown
Keep
out
honest.
here.
Yeah, keep it honest,
Yeah,
man.
keep it. Yeah, you said keep it 100. Yeah,
Yeah,
let them
yeah,
know. No, hey, this is nothing here. You know, we can if we coming together and we're letting each other know, okay, it's nothing to this. That
yeah.
we're having fun, cool, but don't be out here playing games. That's for the
Mm-hmm.
birds. You know,
Plus, you got to
nobody has time for that.
give that person a choice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If you keep it honest, keep it 100 with them, you giving them a choice to say either yes or no. Period.
absolutely,
You know, but you live and you
absolutely.
learn. And see, you know, it's funny that, you know, you brought out a song that has a lot of realness to it. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what we're lacking in music now, you know. So I'm glad that, and I appreciate that, you know, an artist like you is bringing back the reality of the situations in music because it ain't all about the like people always try to they show us what they want us to see, but like you just said, something simple as just keeping it real. That's going
Yeah.
back to the basics. You
Yes.
know, that's going back to the basics. So, you know, as one thing I read in your bio, it says that you did a song that was produced by this CEO from Rhythm Avenue Entertainment by the name of D. Rimson. So,
Yes.
so what's y'all connection? You know, and tell us a
That's
little
my
bit about.
baby. That's my baby boy. I mean, okay, DA, if you happen to see that he grown and all, you know, but
Right,
that's my
right.
baby. That's my baby boy. He produced Threads of Love. He
Hmm.
produced the album. He wrote the single on there. Anything. He wrote several of the songs on there. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
um, he's just. I'm blessed. God is
Hmm.
good. God is
That is.
good to me and his father to produce something like that because he's so gifted and talented. You know, he's a musician, he's a DJ, he's a
Yeah.
producer. You know, this guy is so talented. And I
Hmm.
just thank God for giving me such a gifted son to help
Yeah.
push his mom to get to where I need to go. So I'm just excited. And then even the new song, he produced that. I wrote it. He
Hmm.
gave me his story and he was like, Mom, write to this. And I was like, okay, cool. And I went and wrote to it. And, you
Hmm.
know, because of his music, it just makes it easy to kind of write to. So I
Yeah.
enjoy working with my son. I really do.
Yeah, if you listeners, if you don't know D Rimson, check him out. He has two hot new singles out as well. I think it would be cool to work with my mom, you know, or one of my kids. Like, you know, I took my daughter to the studio at the age of 10. She's 22 now,
Oh,
but I thought
okay.
it was a cool, you know, concept as well. So I know it's cool just being in the studio with your son, making good music, y'all relating because you know it's mom and child. So yeah, I bet you that's fun, man. I bet you it is. Um, but with that being said, like, you know, how was that as being in the limelight and, you know, going through this musical journey when he was younger? You know, like how was that?
Well, you know what? I think because ever since I was young, I knew what I liked. You know, again, I was never withheld from listening to secular music.
Mm-hmm.
It was my mother that introduced me to Natalie Cole. And then my
Mm.
dad, he was well rounded with music. He loved secular music. And so I just instilled that into my son. And
Yeah.
so as he was growing up, we balanced it out. You know, we had church, and then I
Mm-hmm.
was the one that would purchase like rap. You know, some parents was in church or were against the rapping. I
Mm-hmm.
was just well rounded. I would get him people that like LL Cool J back then. I got him LL Cool J. It was some other ones I got.
Mm-hmm.
A Brandy, but it was a whole lot I would see, and I would just get it for him because I wanted him to be balanced. I wanted
Yeah.
him to be well rounded. And then as he became his own and into himself, he let the church people know, first of all, I'm not gonna be no preacher.
Yeah,
He
like
said the
right off the
yeah.
bat.
He said the first time y'all call me a preacher, I'm gonna let you know. Don't do that. He said, I'm an inspirational speaker.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, that's yeah, okay. Uh-huh.
So
That's
he
cool.
would let people know just because this is what my parents do, You're not going to put that on me. Just because this is what my grandmother does, you're not going to put that on me. I'm going to live my life. And it
Yeah.
actually kind of helped me do what I needed to do because, when you're trying to do something different, you need a great, strong support team.
Yes.
And when I made the decision to do what I was going to do, I had such a strong support team till it didn't
Mm-hmm.
matter what everybody else thought because I had people behind me backing me and saying, no, do it. And
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
yeah. So my son, the millennials, they ain't gonna let you run them and tell
Nah.
them what to do. They don't care what he didn't care what church people thought. He was gonna
Mm-hmm.
do what made him happy. And again, it helped me make my decision because I knew I had the backing of him,
Yeah.
along with his father and the people that were backing me, which helped catapult me to get to where I am right now.
Right. Right. And okay, so speaking of team and support, with your transition from coming from the East Coast now being in the big stage of Las Vegas, how important is that to have not only that team, but what have you had to deal with, like as far as coming from the East Coast and now residing in basically that's the West Coast, right?
Yeah,
Vegas,
we
yeah,
would say,
and
yeah,
yeah,
we would
so
say that.
yeah, so how what's the transition like, and then having that support team, how important is that?
The transition, it was kind of easy. Let me tell you why. Because while I was on the East Coast, I was coming back and forth to Vegas and LA. So
Mm,
I already had built a base in Vegas, meaning
okay.
making connection and networking with people here. I had performed at a hotel called the Rio in a
Yeah.
venue in there called the 172. So they had me there a couple of times. I
Mhm.
had networked with some people here that are artists here in the city.
Mhm.
So things were kind of looking really good. And then
Yeah.
when I made the connections and I told them I was coming, everything just moved smoothly. But
Mm.
in my transitioning, it was the pandemic.
Oh,
So
okay.
everything was shut down, which caused me to have to work harder because everything was shut down. But God gave me favor. He had
Yeah.
me connect with other people. So when I got here, they still were introducing me to people so that when it opened back up, it wasn't hard for me to do what I needed to do. Now,
Mm.
I'm not going to say that I had to come here and be lazy. I couldn't. I had to
Right, you
hit the
had to
ground
work.
running. Yeah,
Mhm.
because one thing about Vegas, you can't come here looking for a handout.
Right,
They
right.
have to see that you're doing something. They have to see that you have a drive for it just as much as they do. Because the people
Mhm.
that already reside here and are already holding these positions, they work and they
Yeah.
work hard. And so, if they see you running, they're going to run with you. But if they think you want a handout, it ain't going to work for you here. And, there
Right.
was some dry spots, but I knew God sent me here. So I wasn't worried about it. I just kept saying, okay, no, this is not going to happen to me. I'm going to keep driving this thing until I get somewhere. So I just had to have the tenacity, the
Mhm.
courage to know that I know what I'm here for and just keep, grinding my wheels. And again, being an independent artist, you cannot be lazy.
Oh
And
my God.
I
That's what
don't
I'm
even know,
talking about.
I don't even know how much I can stress that. You cannot be lazy. If you want to be an independent artist and you want handouts and you want to be lazy, you want everything free and you want all these shortcuts, this is not the job for you. It's bad
Yeah.
enough you're independent. So let's
Right.
remember that. But when you're
Mhm.
independent, you got to work harder because you don't have the financial backing. So that
Yeah.
means sometimes you got to give up some stuff. You got to go without some stuff. You got to
Mhm.
shut your mouth and learn. That's another
Mhm.
thing. You got to
Yep.
connect to people that know more than you. You can't think you're all that because I'm talented, but talent sometimes don't get you nowhere. You got to know
Right.
the business. You got to know who to
Mhm.
connect to while you're in the business. Living here in Vegas, I couldn't come like, I can sing. That wasn't going to work for me here. I needed to
Nope.
connect with the doorkeepers. I needed to connect with the people that were going to be able to embrace my vision, embrace my personality, the realness of Terrie. Because if
Yeah.
you come here thinking you all at Vegas, will shut you
They will eat
down.
you up. They eat you up.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying? It's
yes,
like,
yes,
well, because I tell people all the time, it's so many talented people out here. What
yes,
else can you bring to the table? You
yes,
know what I'm saying? What else? You got to have something else.
yes,
And then going back to what you said about being independent, I always compare being independent versus major to like owning a Subway or a McDonald's franchise versus opening up your own like restaurant.
Right,
Independent is your
right.
own restaurant. McDonald's or Subway owning one of those would be like the majors. They're gonna give you a little bit of financial backing, but you have their name. Well, as an independent, you don't. You have to create your own. So, like you
Absolutely.
said, a lazy person will never be able to create their own.
No,
Um,
no.
yeah, so that's very important. I'm glad you brought that up.
And one more thing, Squirrel, I'm
Mhm.
learning this the older I get too. I hate to say that.
No, it's the truth.
Arrogance.
Oh my
Arrogance.
God! Please
You
tell us
know,
about that.
you go around thinking you all that and you got it all together. Do you know how many talented people out here are more talented than you? And even
Yep.
if they don't have as much talent as you, because again, people think it's their talent. No,
Yeah.
their businesses together. They
Yep.
got their business together, and that's why
Mhm.
they are excelling. And you sitting there looking like, well, why are they up there? They can't even sing. They got their
Yep.
business together. Then they're
Mhm.
networking with the right people. But arrogancy is really what I'm bumping into now for real. You walking around thinking you all that, man, just as quick as God gave you that talent, just like that, he can
Yeah.
take it
Take it
back.
away.
So I'm
Yeah.
very humble about the gift that I have. I don't think I'm better than nobody because I'm sure somebody out there can sing circles around me. But I know what I've been
Yeah.
called to do, and I'm humble and I'm grateful for the gift that he's given me. So, man, as I used to say in church, humble is the way. Now, I'm
It
not saying
is.
be a doormat. No, you got to stand your ground, but
Right.
don't get up here thinking you all that. You don't come to the sound check on time.
Mhm.
You feel like people owe you something.
Yep.
You feel like you ain't got to rehearse. You talk to people any kind of way. Nah,
Mhm.
man, that don't give you longevity. What gives you longevity is you check your personality and
Yeah.
check and see if you got it right, man. Am I right? How do I treat people? How do I talk to people? I embrace everybody that I meet because I don't know what I'm going to learn from you, and I don't know what you're going to learn from me. So I'm drawing from
Mhm.
you. You're drawing from me. We're networking. Let's just do this thing together. So
Yeah.
all this arrogancy with these independent artists, I'm like, yo, you ain't won no
They
Grammy.
ain't made it yet. Ain't
Don't
nobody.
nobody even know you. Yo,
Yeah.
seriously? And you acting like you all that? Really?
No.
Seriously? I'm confused. I need somebody to tell me why are we like that?
Well, and here's the funny thing: when you put yourself in a room full of hundreds of talented people, most of the main people, the people that actually count, that are important, they're gonna ask you, "What else can you bring to the table?"
Yeah.
The talent's already in the room. What
Right.
else you got? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So for the arrogant people, it's like, oh well, I know I can sing better than her. I know I can sing better than him. Okay, that's fine. What else can you bring to the table?
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So you have to be humble, like you said, because it's like I always compare things to sports because I did coaching and all that stuff a while back. But it's like everybody's talented, But then you get to that level where you realize it's people faster than you, it's people that jump higher than you. You know what I'm saying? So you got to create and figure out another way to still be successful, and that's
Absolutely.
in this game and in this business. That's what it's all about. Like you
Absolutely.
said, when I got back in it, because you took a hiatus too, I took one as well. I learned like, wow, it's more advanced than how it was before. So I got creative. And you're doing the same thing, So the smart individuals get creative. They don't base everything off talent. The ones that are left behind the curve, they base everything off talent, and then they get upset when the truth hits them and says, "Hey, you got to bring more to the table than talent." You
Yes.
know,
Yeah, and
yeah.
the most humbling thing for me, Skrill, is going into the studio. Now I know I can hold a note. I know
Mm-hmm.
this, but to have a vocal producer tell me, Terry, that's too much vibrato. Terry, don't sing it like that. No,
Yeah.
pronounce it like this. No, I don't need you to sing it like you're in church. I need you to cut that off right here. That
Right.
was humbling. And a lot of people don't realize you need a vocal producer. You can't just go in the booth singing the way you used to singing when you're performing live. It's a
Yeah.
total different situation. And so
Mm-hmm.
when I heard the difference, I'm like, yo, I do have a lot of vibrato. I can't use that while I'm recording. I can do it
Yeah.
live, but when I'm recording, I got to tone that down. Oh, yeah, that does
Mm-hmm.
have a church tone. This is R&B and soul. So, yeah, I got to give a
Yeah.
little slang right here. So,
Right.
you need vocal people there in there to help you because a lot of them don't even think they need that. Oh, I can sing. Yeah, you can, but you're recording now that other ears are listening to this and it's going to sound totally different. So that
Yeah.
was a humbling process for me too, because I'm noticing a lot of indie artists, they think, well, I'm going to the studio. Everything is, I'm in the studio. I'm in
I'm
the
in the studio. They
studio.
want to stay
I'm
in
in
the
the
studio.
studio. I'm in the studio. You got a vocal producer? What you doing? Is somebody in there
Yeah.
directing you? Somebody in there telling you, and you're not getting mad when they tell you that's not right? Let's fix that. Are you
You know
upset?
what they doing? You know what they doing? Them engineers, and I ain't gonna say all of them, but
Okay.
they like, all right, man, all right, you done? Okay, I'm gonna mix and master this, and I'm gonna send you on your way for the next. You got to have people in your corner that's looking out for you.
Yes.
And I'm glad you
Yes.
brought up your vocal coach. So who are some of the people that you're working with on this journey, and with the new album and so forth, outside of D Rim? Who are some of the
Outside of
other people?
DRM, I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
a yes, I have a vocal producer out of Atlanta. They call him M Bass. He's the
Okay.
one that you hear go, "You make my love." He's on that. He's
Uh-huh.
also on Sunset. He goes, "Hey, hey, hey." That's M
Uh-huh.
Bass.
Okay.
Then there's Brandon Winbush out of LA. He's
Mm.
on what is Brandon on? Out of
That
my
name sound
mind.
familiar.
Yeah, Brandon Winbush is the bomb diggity. He's backed up everybody. He's performed with basically everybody that's out there in the secular world is
Mm-hmm.
top notch people.
Really?
Um,
Okay.
he did Date Night. Brandon did a few songs on there, but they're the
Mm-hmm.
ones who work with me to tell me about my tone, how I have to change the way this sounds. And they're
Mm-hmm.
hard on me. And I have to sit back and, like, dang, you're
Take
talking to
it.
me. Like, really? I told the vocal producer on this one that just about to release. I
Mm-hmm.
told him one day, I said, "And bass, I don't like you." He was like, "I don't give up." He said, "Because he's like, we want Grammys. I don't care if you like me." So,
Right.
it's that kind of stuff like that. They don't care. They want the best so they
Yeah.
can sound the best so that we can reach for the stars, man. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So I
Yeah.
appreciate M Bass and Brandon Winbush.
That's dope. Yeah. And so are the producers, as far as are these producers, are just, I know it's vocal coaches, but who else is like doing the beats,
The
production,
the
mixing,
beat is
mastering, and so forth?
the beat is from D Rim, my son. All the
Okay.
music is from D Rim.
Okay.
Now on the last album, Threads of Love, some of the music was from a guy out of Connecticut by the name of Ty Brown.
Okay.
Uh, is it Ty Brown? Yes, Ty Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Tierra Music. T. Aaron
Okay.
Music. That's it.
Tierra music. Okay.
Yeah, he's doing some of the music on Threads of Love. On the new album, we're still working on that. So right now it's this D Rim doing the music. The
Mm-hmm.
vocal production, when you hear the arrangements of the vocals, that's
Mm-hmm.
M Bass, and then
And
it's going to
bass.
be Brandon Wimbush. Both of them always do the vocal production. I write it. They tell me how it should sound. I let them know, what I want it to sound. Not what I want it to
Mm-hmm.
sound like. The flow of it. And they're
Yeah.
so creative. They can go in and kind of, bring some light to what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. Cool. So going into this new project, when are listeners able to purchase it, and then also where can they find you at on social media?
Okay, so they can purchase It's Not Worth It on Black Friday, the day, well, 9 p.m. Eastern, no, sorry, Pacific Standard, right?
Pacific.
Okay, I'm looking at Torrid. So on Thanksgiving, they can purchase it Pacific Standard Time at 9 p.m.
Okay.
East Coast, 12 midnight.
Okay. All
Okay,
right.
so that's this coming Thursday and then Friday for y'all on the East Coast.
On the east.
And then you can find it on iTunes. I need y'all to pre-order though. Who's ever watching me now, I need y'all to pre-order now.
Pre-order. It's not
Pre-order.
worth it right now.
Yes, and as I always do, push the button. Just all you gotta do is push the button. It's 99 cents, y'all, for your girl. 99 cents. Pre-order it right now, but it will drop on Thursday and Friday of the day after for you all that are after Thanksgiving, for you all that are on the East Coast, and
Mm-hmm.
you all that are here where I'm at, Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. You can find the music on iTunes, anywhere you can digitally download it, Amazon, but
Mm-hmm.
pre-ordering is very important for a girl. I
It
need to get
is.
on them charts.
Want them
Squirrel Child, I need to
charts?
get on them
Stay on
charts.
them charts. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get on those charts. So I appreciate the UK for pushing it and doing what they're doing. I appreciate you for what you're
Hmm.
doing to push it. I appreciate
Absolutely.
all the stations that are here in the States, man. Y'all are nothing but a blessing. And I appreciate you all. Did you say where they can find me at?
Yeah, where can they find you at on social
Okay,
media?
okay, okay. So you can find me on Facebook under Terrie Rimson, and that's Terrie. Rimson is RIM as in Mary, SON as in Nancy. You can find me on Twitter under Sing Terrie Sing, Instagram Sing Terrie Sing, Twitter Sing Terrie Sing, and then you can go to my website www.terrierimsonmusic.org.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Um, so and last but not least, any performances coming up or any place like in the future going into 2022 that they could see Terry sang at?
Yes. Right now, I'm all dolled up right now because I'm on my way to a place here called the Space Las Vegas, the Space LV. They're doing a fundraiser for the Las Vegas Philharmonica. It's being held, it's called Monday's Dark. And so I'm on my way there now. I'll be performing tonight there. I will post other places that are coming up because we haven't confirmed yet. But
Mhm.
right now, a girl is on her way there now. We're going to stream it. It's streaming live. They're going to stream it, I should say. And so I'll be able to post about tonight's show. And we're just expecting to do some more things here in Vegas. Some things, LA, expect your girl. I'll be back there again too.
Yeah.
We're expecting to do some more stuff in LA. So yeah, we got it going on. And again, God is good.
Absolutely. And speaking of LA, before I get you off here, I got to make sure to hook you up with Shanine Bonner out in LA. She's a gospel singer, songwriter as well. Both of y'all been on the charts, y'all chart topping. So I think y'all will fit in real good with some collaboration. But, I will talk about that after, off air. But
Okay.
yeah, thanks again for giving us this opportunity tonight, especially being that you getting ready to perform. It makes me feel even better and grateful that you gave us this opportunity. We really appreciate that.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. I really, 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 really do. Thank you, Skrill.
Yeah, so and I hope the best for the night. We wish the best of luck to you in the future.
Thank you.
Listeners, make sure you tap in on Black Friday. Like she said, at those times, make sure you get on our social media platforms. And once again, everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. Uh,
Yes.
and until next time, we are out. Thanks again, Terry. I
Thank
will.
you.
We will talk soon.
All right. Bye
All right.
bye.
Have a good one, y'all. God bless.